Yo, what's going on with you? About to get into some Taurus energy, you heard? So you could be a cross watcher, you could be a Taurus yourself, of course, or you could just be in a study of astrology and the tarot, and you want to know how the Taurus energy applies to your natal chart or your zodiac chart. No matter what it is, you're all welcome, all right? This is a place for you to be. If this doesn't apply, let it fly, please. And I think some of y'all realize that or can realize that about 2 to 3 minutes in sometimes, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But for those of you who it resonates with, stick around. You know what I'm saying? This message is for you. And sometimes the message is for you, but it just ain't time for it to be for you. Or it's for someone else that you know. You don't know where Taurus is in their energy, but I'm not trying to put no homework on you. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. So I may cuss, but I don't curse. Don't let that fly over your head. With that being said, we're going to get these cards read. Bars. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? It's just like that. So, let me cut the deck, right? And then get to drawing these cards for y'all. For us, you know. I pay attention too. So, the first card out for the Taurus energy is the Page of Swords in reverse. See, problems. Okay, I get what this is going. All right. I feel like this is actually the Taurus. I feel like Taurus, the way that you communicate, Taurus energy as well. Y'all make it fit the way it's supposed to fit. Pause. But the way that you communicate comes across as if you are, what's that word? They call me this word sometimes. Insensitive. And I get that, first off, you're speaking your mind, right? And when you're getting your point across, you're not trying to filter it. You're not trying to utilize a filter to be politically correct, because the point is to get your point across. And when you filter it because you want to walk on eggshells and make other people comfortable enough to listen to you, see, when that's done to gain wider audiences. So like I told y'all before, sometimes I say tits and nipples and then people be automatic cut off. Okay, he's nothing spiritual about this guy. He's a fucking horn dog, right? Granted, I understand that. That's the energy that I'm picking up on. That you say what you need to say in order to get your point across. However, it comes off as if you don't care about the people that you're saying these things to. All right? Now, some people can call this trolling or being triggering, or some people even call it shadow work, which I feel is like a distorted term when I've looked at it, or what it was explained to me to be. And it's just like what you say is just people, or like when people are offended by what you say, is them projecting onto you what it is that you triggered inside of them is something that they need to do shadow work on and work on themselves, or something like along those lines. And I'm like, I see what that means. I don't know if I can call that shadow work, but okay, right? Whatever it is, that's what I'm getting, is that people are triggered by what it is that you have to say, and they're putting it on you. Like they're blaming you, as to say, you know, that person is something suspicious about that person, because every time I get around them, they make me feel this kind of way. Or every time I have a conversation with them, they make me feel this kind of way. And it's just like, you're just doing what you're supposed to be doing. You might even be in the line of spiritual work. But let me draw a card to see what the obstacle is. You got the Star in reverse. Okay. So, okay, I think you're in the realm of speaking. I don't know what you speak about. You may be a vlogger of some sort. Vlogger, right? You got the attention of some people and stuff like that, and the things that you say it taps into them feeling hopeless. They may already feel hopeless, but you know what's interesting? Yeah, I feel like this is an online personality, and I feel this is interesting because it's like the nerve of some people. See, there I go. That's the energy that I'm talking about, because I say the nerve of some people, but I gotta say what I mean to say. The nerve of some people to get online and seek advice, seek wisdom, seek information that provides solutions and answers for what they're going through. The nerve of them to actually obtain them and then be upset when they possibly, because what happens is it clarifies their hopelessness. It clarifies what they've already been feeling. So it's like coming in and seeing a tarot reading and it's just like, man, that resonates with me. But it's not the brightest tarot reading. It's the tarot reading that tells you to fix something about yourself, change something about yourself, because the world is under this type of judgment and this, that, and the third. And what it does is it kicks their shit up because they're like, damn, I'm going through that shit right now. I already felt hopeless, and now I feel even more hopeless because of this reading. And it's like, damn you. And it's just like, nah, I'm not. I'm just confirming what it is that you already said or what you already been seeing. You know what I'm saying? So that's an obstacle for you, because you're not the bringer of good news. I'm just keeping it a beam with you. What you have to say sounds pessimistic. It sounds like it's on the negative side, but it's just like, yo, if you gotta speak what you gotta speak, what are you supposed to do? Fluff pillows for people and, pat them on their butt? And it's just like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. What do? Go silent? But that's the obstacle. Let's look at the recommendation of action to be taken regarding this situation. Bars. Oh, nice. What's happening is you're going to get used to this. It's being said to get used to it. Get used to being able to produce that type of content wherever you're vlogging at, and noticing that you're going to be scarred from it, because it's just like I said, damned if you damned if you do, damned if you don't. But at the same time, you're going to develop a recovering process that you do. I get it's going to be revolving around sleep pretty much. You may even have the toughest kind of dreams, like nightmares. Don't be afraid though. I'm telling you, I done had a few nightmares a few nights ago and all that. Like, don't be afraid of nightmares, yo. Go in there like the warrior that you are when you're doing these vlogs. I don't care if you're vlogging about cars and you're just telling people how these brake pads suck and they should get this one, and that's what they feel hopeless about. You don't have to be a spiritual worker. My point is, when you go into these dreams or you wake up in cold sweats or you having a nightmare, try to remember that you're dreaming. And once you figure that part out, you just be like, oh, well, that means I can fly then, doesn't it? That means I can just get up and take off into the sky. And it's just like, yeah, you can. So you'll get more comfortable with saying, I'm going to survive this. I'm going to live through this dream. I don't care how much spooky shit is going on here. I've seen scary movies before. Because what you're going to understand is when you start developing this recovery process for yourself is that you're going to start letting go of the negativity that's attached to it. People looking at you with the evil eye. People looking at you like you think, or you're just a pessimist. You know what I'm saying? Or you're a fear mongerer. Why do they talk like that? Why do they talk so rough, so tough, so like they don't care about how we feel based upon what they said in this? My thing is this to tell you. They shouldn't be looking for you. They shouldn't be looking to talk to you. You're not the person they should be looking to talk to if they don't want a confirmation on what it is that they're already looking for. This is the outcome should you take this action recommended. Judgment. What's going to happen is people are going to have to deal with themselves. So that definition that I gave of shadow work, which was given to me by a friend of mine, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I got to look more into that, right? But that's what's happening here. What you're saying is forcing people to take a look at themselves so they can do some work on themselves. You're just the messenger, channeling the message. And once you realize that you're not going to let that taint you and erode, especially your mental health, because you're doing what you're doing, people are going to be under judgment. They're going to be forced to deal with themselves, to evaluate themselves. They're going to get a renewal. They're going to get a reckoning, and they might even thank you afterward. And I know that sounds like, what? In this day and age? And it's just like, yeah. They may come back to that and be like, you know what? This fucking dude on the TV said this shit. Or that chick said this shit in that reading, yo. And I don't like her, but you know what? I gotta come to terms with the shit that they said. Because it's real. You've been removed out of the situation, and there they are having to deal with the very thing that you told them they'd have to deal with. And you don't got no authority in that. You was just a messenger. That's all I got for now. Until next time.